Hello! How's it going, people? All right.
Hey guys, what's up? In January
Sorry about that. Just checking, people. Just checking if everything's working fine. I'm trying to watch my own stream so I can read your
stream.
There we go. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? People. I'm trying to use this OBS studio. Some people can hear the music, some people cannot. Alright, let me just turn it up. The music, man! Turn it up! Alright, people, can you hear the music now? Awesome. Yeah, it needs to be really low. Otherwise... Oh, I know you can hear me just fine. I know that. Yeah, the music should be low right now. It needs to be low. How is everybody? How are you, people? Thanks for joining. Thank you very much for joining today. I had this video prepared for today, but I was like, nah, I really want to do a live stream. I really want to do a Q&A session. The last time was like 6 or 7 months ago. It's about time, right? We needed another one, because I know you guys have been asking a lot of questions, a lot of, I don't know, you have a lot of doubts, a lot of things you want to say, and you usually say them in the comment section. But I think it's best that I do these live streams, or I don't know. The first thing that I wanted to do was sort of like a video, a frequently asked questions video. And then I realized, why not just do it live? You know, because as I was planning the frequently asked questions, I thought maybe there will be some questions people often ask, but also there won't be questions people ask. Why not just give everybody the opportunity today? If not, you can just use the comment section after the live stream is over, and I'll try my best to answer every question. So shoot! Start! Let's begin! Let's begin. Alright. How am I doing? Thanks, buddy. I'm doing okay. Thanks. I've been doing fine. The situation here in Belleville, Ontario is... Well, it's okay. You know, we don't know much. I mean, it's a remote village after all. I think in Toronto or the bigger cities is more serious, the outbreak. But here everything's working just fine. Every single business is open. All restaurants, all shops or stores, everything's normal here. And of course there are a bunch of precautions and all that jazz, but you know, it's been fairly safe here. Not much going on. Like, you don't feel like something like the coronavirus is happening, at least in this city. We are not underestimating anything, but things are okay. have I ever played Assassin's Creed Odyssey? No! You know, I'm not really a fan of the Assassin's Creed games. I played the first one on the PS3 a long time ago, and I just couldn't get into it, you know, they just don't appeal to me. I think Assassin's Creed, if they were a series, a Netflix series or whatever, I would love to watch it because I really like the lore and the story. You know, it's just the gameplay mechanics overall, not for me. Thanks, Breath of the Wild. Can you please, with great emphasis, say only in Japan? Alright. Only in Japan! How's that? Anyway, if I miss one of your questions, don't be afraid to re-ask the question in the chat. Somebody was asking if well, let me just go back a little bit here. Why don't you play BlazBlue or review the games? I play BlazBlue all the time, but I imagine you're asking why don't I play BlazBlue live, right? Well, I tried in the past stream games here in this channel that are not RPGs, and the interest is just very low. This is why I had a Twitch account. I still have it, but I barely use it anymore. It's been like 3 months since I streamed something there. It's just that account in Twitch, that's where I stream non-RPG games. But here in my main channel, it doesn't work. That's the reason why. I don't review games because, I don't know, I just don't find it appealing. It's too much work. I rather use that work and effort and time for a top 10 or any other video. But just reviewing one single game, nah, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. And plus, I don't feel like I'm a very good reviewer anyway. Am I right that quarantine guarantee more subscribers and views? Nah. You're wrong. Totally wrong. Sadly. I wish you were right. Is it a good idea to start a Ys series with Memories of Celceta? Yes, of course. I've also said a million times before that Celceta is like the perfect entry because it is the easiest of them all. Not because it's easy means it's like very easy. It's still a hard game, but it is a perfect entry. Memories of Celceta is the most perfect entry in my opinion. Have I played Ni no Kuni 2? Yep. I almost beat it. I got to the final dungeon but quit. That was a long time ago. And I also streamed Ni no Kuni 2. I really like the game, you know. Did I beat this guy at 5? No, I only played like 2 hours on a stream once and I haven't gone back to it. My favorite game, book series for world building? Book, I don't know. I don't really follow series or sagas, you know. I just read a book or two. Maybe I should say The Vampire Chronicles by Andres. And game for world building, Suikoden, man. Come on, Suikoden. Have I played Bioshock? No, I'm not a fan of Bioshock. I played some of the Bioshock games and couldn't get into them. What is my favorite hentai? That's a good one. I don't watch hentai. I don't know. It just doesn't turn me on. And the girls are always like, I don't know, like they're being raped instead of having sex. I can't get into hentai, you know. I played once a hentai game on the PSP. It was called DV Dev, something like that. The story was very good, but the hentai itself was like, it's just, let's just say it's very grotesque for my taste. E-series, where to start? I already answered that question. Memories of Celceta or pretty much Lacrimosa of Dana, that is a great place to start. Detroit Become Human. No, Jason sent the game to me and I haven't played it. That was a long time ago. Are you ready for the Trials of Mana remake? Seriously? I streamed the game 2 days ago. Of course I'm ready. Will you ever stream a Japan-only game? Yes, probably. I really want to do that. Let me just work on an emulator on the PS TV and, you know, download the emulator, put it there and see if it works. And I'll try streaming Japan-only games with English patches like Valkyria Chronicles 3. That'll be great, man. My favorite native language, that's Spanish. I am from Mexico. have I ever played the Shenmue Trilogy? I played the first one on the Dreamcast. It was pretty fun, but for some reason I couldn't get into it. It's just open world games usually overwhelm me. I'm not a fan of those, but Shenmue was pretty damn decent, I remember. Would you consider to play PC games mostly for RPGs? Nah, man, I'm a console guy through and through. I mean, I played a lot of emulator RPGs on my laptop, but I usually try to stay away from that. I strongly prefer sitting on a couch with my controller, playing on a console, the TV, and I know nowadays with a controller connected to the PC or the laptop you can do that, but for some reason it just feels kind of wrong to me. I'm a console guy, through and through. Golf Story? Golf Story? That's an indie RPG about golf? Like as in Mario Golf? If the world is gonna end due to the virus in 1 month, what RPG will you play? Chrono Cross. I don't care, I play the game a million times. If that's the last game I'm going to play before I die, along with everybody else, why not, right? Chrono Cross. Maybe time and eternity, I'll die playing that fucking piece of shit. What would you like to see in the new Dragon Age game for PS5? You know, that's a very good question. I really like Origins. Give me a game like Origins with a world like Origins, but the battle system in Inquisition. That's perfect for me, because Origins wasn't exactly open world. I mean, you could do a lot of side quests, but they were entirely optional. They were optional too in Inquisition, but sometimes I often got lost in Inquisition. I didn't know where to go, and I had to go back to the base to understand where exactly should I go, and that kind of bothered me a little bit. So just the gameplay mechanics, the world in Dragon Age Origins, something like that, the story, and with the battle system in Inquisition, perfection. That's my perfect Dragon Age. Favorite battle system in a JRPG? Can I cheat? Can I choose Suikoden, even if it has 3? How about the game I talked about recently, Might and Magic Clash of Heroes? You know, I'm a Fire Emblem fan. I think my absolute favorite battle system in an RPG is definitely Fire Emblem. Definitely. As much as I love Suikoden, I'm a Fire Emblem fan. Yeah, I saw news about the new Brigandine. Well, I'm not exactly a fan of the first one. I liked it. I really need to go back to it and give it a proper chance, because every time I play that game, I start with a different character, play like 3 hours, and then give up and move to another character. Yeah, I really need to concentrate on the game. My videos are getting you people through self-isolation. That's great, man. I'm glad that something positive is coming out of my videos during these outbreak and dangerous times. When have you made every top listed possible? I'll get there one day. I'll die making a top 10. I'll die writing the script in front of my computer for a new top 10. Am I from Mexico? Yes, I am. How many Jrpgs do you usually play at once? Well, you know, this is my job. Making YouTube videos, this is my job nowadays. So I usually play a lot at once. But in my free time, like really play a game, sit down and, you know, just concentrate on that game, I usually play 2 at once. Preferably 1 on a console system and the second one on a portable system. That's what I do all the time. 3 max, but most of the time 2 at a time. That until I give up, or until I beat the game, or rage quit. The best game to play when you're drunk? Crash Bash, Crash Team Racing, Mario Party. What the hell happened to Manakimia 3? Yeah, you're right. That's a good question, man. What the hell happened? Do you like Castlevania? I love the series, the Netflix series. The Castlevania Netflix series has been pretty awesome. And the games, I just can't get into them, no matter how hard I try. I grew up with the NES games, the Castlevania NES games, and they beat the crap out of me. I still have nightmares. If you could bring back a franchise from the old days, which one would you choose? Chrono, probably. Maybe that Chrono Break game that never happened. A proper direct sequel to Chrono Trigger and a proper direct sequel to Chrono Cross. Both games were kind of left a little bit in a cliffhanger, especially Chrono Cross. Like, what happened to Chrono Cross 2? That's a series I would love for it to return. But Square fucking Enix. As your channel grows, is it getting harder to create new content? Yeah, as a matter of fact, it was very casual back when I had only like 5,000 subscribers. I was just doing everything, I had like a million top 10s planned, a million types of videos, a lot of ideas. But the most important aspect is that it was very casual. Like the editing was mediocre, the production overall. Watch my older videos, the 2017, early 2018 videos, and production-wise, they're kind of mediocre. Like I cringe every time I watch some of those videos. I cringe. I don't want to watch them. I feel embarrassed. But back then I didn't care. I was making like $20 per month from this channel. I was like, what the hell? Why would I bother creating like production-wise very high quality content when I'm barely getting paid? I didn't care about the channel that much. So right now that this is my job, that I'm doing this for a living, yes, it is harder to create new videos, new content, especially because I've done a lot of top 10s and a lot of you kind of grew tired of watching a top 10 every time, like top 10 everything. Some of you still love them. Thank you for that. That's why I keep doing top 10s. But I kind of want to start, I wanted to start offering more variety to the channel, and that's been quite challenging and engaging. But it's a challenge that I am embracing. I have a lot of ideas. It's just something that I really love doing. It's a damn miracle that I have this job, People like me with unpopular opinions that go against the general consensus, that insult people's favorite games, that curse and rant a lot, that have an accent and don't have the best quality in terms of gameplay footage and shit. People like me usually just fade into obscurity. It's a damn miracle that I'm doing this for a living. Jesus, guys, a lot of questions here. I'm lagging behind. Do you have someone in your life? No, I'm forever alone. Have I played Xenoblade 2? Nope. Well, I played it for like 40 minutes. But that's nothing, right? I played Torna yesterday. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance or Suikoden 5? Don't do this to me, man. God damn you, Wrath. I can't choose. I'm gonna go with Suikoden 5. Do I like the Yakuza games? Nah, not really. Story-based? Do I like story-based episodic games? Like Life is Strange? No. This is like a little bit like Final Fantasy 15, right? Nope. Do you play Tekken? Nope. Can't get into Tekken. I've tried some of them, but nope. My favorite Western games? Like Western RPGs? The Dragon Age games, probably. Do you play retro games on a CRT? Nope. I play everything on whatever TV I have available. Am I looking forward to the new Tales of game? Yes, I am. Looks very interesting. What's an upcoming non-RPG game I'm excited for? I don't know. Is Grand Blue Versus out already? I think it is out already, right? If that doesn't count, then I don't know. I'm looking forward to A Plague Tale Innocence, the sequel. But that's gonna be until 2022, apparently. Are there any RPG videos you want to do that you have been holding off because of the difficulty to do? Yes, that is a very good question, Miami. Yes, I have a list. I have a list of... There's like 20 video ideas there, top 10s, and all kinds of videos there. But for one reason or another, I've been holding off. You know, it's just every video has a reason to be there. Week after week, month after month, even years. Some video ideas have been there for like over a year. Like for example, I've been wanting to make this video called Top 10 Jrpgs I Changed My Mind On. Like to see if the games I insulted years ago or I loved with a passion years ago, what's changed with me? Like I need to play those again and see if I change my mind. And I really want to go back to Final Fantasy Tactics, like to see if this time I can get into it. Because previously, the 2 times I played that game, I couldn't. Even though I am a huge fan of strategy RPGs, I can't get into Final Fantasy Tactics. But the last time I played that game was like 3 or 4 years ago, so I want to go back to it and see if a game like that can fit in the video. So yeah, there's a lot of videos that I've been holding off because of one reason or another, and some of them that are very difficult to do, like the top 50 games, the top 50 best RPGs on the PS2, PS1, PSP, whatever. Those are kind of hard to do with a script. I've been holding off on those. My favorite quotes from RPGs, kids quote like, "I'll kick your arse so hard you'll kiss the moons." That's my favorite. Enchanted Arms, yes, I played that game. Underrated game, doesn't deserve the hate. What RPG gave me a new inspirational reason to live? No. None. I don't think a game has given me an inspirational reason to live. All of them, maybe the genre itself is a good reason to live. When you drop an RPG, do you go back to them at some point? Yeah, some of them. Depending on the game. If it's a game that I just really didn't like, but I think that some of you might like, I recommend that game because I see the positive on that game. But that's a game that for me personally, I might not be able to get into it, like some of the roguelike RPGs that I've recommended before. I know for a fact that those are not my types of games, even though some of them are pretty good. But whenever there's a game that's really good that I played for a bit or I streamed, I do go back to it, but on my own free time, you know. Nope, I haven't played Pierre Solar. I haven't. Someday. Also, Crosscode. There's allegedly going to be a release for console system PS4, I think. Yeah. Thank you very much, people, for your feedback and for your comments. Really appreciate it. Symphony of the Night. I'll play that game one day, and that's another game I want to go back to. And I've played that game for like 20 minutes, and those 20 minutes were pretty damn good. So Symphony of the Night, it's definitely a game I want to go back to one day. Wow, I'm really behind on your questions. Nope, I haven't played Live a Live. Thanks, people, for your comments. God damn it. You computer guys, you PC gamers are the worst. You want to force your opinion on everybody else. Stop. We like our fucking consoles. Leave us alone. What RPG made the most impact in my life? Chrono Cross, obviously. Will I stream Fortnite? Come on, man. Would you like a sequel or remake to Xenogears? A sequel? I don't know, I don't think so. A remake? Definitely. At least a remaster. Are you going to make a top 10 games to play during the quarantine? Nah, you know, it's just... I don't know, I don't want to play the martyr here, but I don't understand why a lot of people are just taking advantage of that when there's so many suffering and death regarding the virus. I just think it's very, I don't know, I'm cynical, but I'm not that cynical. Thank you, Panda. Haha, thank you very much. Do you feel that streaming JRPGs for a living is the safest of occupations? That was great yesterday. Safest of occupations. I don't think so. You need to be like really big and get like at least $50 per stream to really make a proper living out of streaming. I don't know, I think you really need to be a big streamer. I mean, I do get like $10 or $15 per stream, but that's, you know, I do this for fun. But I also do the streams often because I need those 10 or 15 bucks. My YouTube's not paying very, very much anymore. My favorite Sega game, not RPG. I don't think I have one, maybe... Wow, no, that's a tough one. Streets of Rage 2, definitely. What RPG character would you marry if they were real? Come on. Really? An interesting question here. Do you go through periods, weeks or months, of not playing games? No, not really. I don't think I ever stopped playing games since I was little. Weeb Degenerate says, I love your channel. I love your username. My favorite game by Atlus. You mean developed by Atlus or published by Atlus? You need to specify. My favorite RPG soundtrack, Chrono Cross. Copy of Mother 3. You gotta contact me on Facebook to send me stuff, buddy. I'm way behind on your questions. How you compare between Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger? They're totally different games, you know. This is why a lot of Trigger fans hate Chrono Cross, because they wanted Chrono Cross, really wanted Chrono Cross to be a sequel, but they're totally different games. I prefer not to compare them. Am I still in Canada? Yes, I am. I'm stuck here. I can't get out of here because of the virus. The best Atelier game to start with. The Iris Trilogy on the PS2. My favorite Fire Emblem game? Path of Radiance on the GameCube. Will you be willing to do another Rage Quit video? I'm planning one. I'm planning a part 4. Don't worry. You people will get another Rage Quit video. Maybe not too soon, but soon nonetheless. Can you tell us a little about your next book? It's probably gonna be one of those adventure books where you're reading the book and then you get to these if you want to save the princess, go to page 24. If you want to just let her die miserably, go to the next page. I really want to write a book like that. That's probably gonna be my next book about medieval. It's gotta be medieval, like again Suikoden style. I've been writing too much gothic and dark fantasy stuff. I kind of need a break. I want to go back to a Jrpg style book. Which part of Mexico are you from? Guadalajara. Do you want a Fire Emblem crossover with Tales of? Yeah! Sounds cool. Just don't make a fucking idle bullshit like you did, like these people did with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I know some of you love that game, but I hated the game. Thank you, Better Ray Tasty. I mean, thank you. Probably donated like half an hour ago, but I'm so behind. King of Fighters 15 in development. Do you have a favorite character? I do. Blue Mary Ryan. And she hasn't been in any King of Fighter games anymore. Sadly. I hope she comes back. Yeah, choose your own adventure novels. Do you ever want to make in RPG Maker? I tried once on RPG Maker on the PS1. I failed miserably. I have zero patience for programming and designing. Zero patience. It pisses me off, man. I'd rather just write the script and let everybody else do everything else. Do you plan on working with other YouTubers ever? Yes. I've been trying to develop ideas for collaborations with some of my small favorite YouTubers. But yes, very soon, as a matter of fact, I really want to do that. A collaboration. Favorite Dragon Quest game, Dragon Quest 11. My favorite fighter game? My favorite fighter game probably are the Persona 4 Arena games. Definitely, or if not, maybe Mortal Kombat Ultimate on the Super Nintendo. Do you like any 9 Inch Nails post Year Zero? Yeah, everything. I love every single album of 9 Inch Nails, even the last 3 EPs. You know, Bad Witch, Add Violence, and I love them all. 9 Inch Nails, I'm still a huge fan. Trent Reznor hasn't disappointed me one bit. Nothing. At all. Do you like Paper Mario? The only one that I played for at least a couple of hours was the GameCube one. So I guess that's my favorite. What Super Robot Wars did you play on any console? Just the Game Boy Advance games and the DS title called Endless Frontier, the one with heavy fan service. Why don't you try to make your own RPG with Dreams? You write the story and somebody else could make the game. Dreams? What's Dreams? Like a software? I don't know, I'm a control freak. If I was to make my own RPG, I wouldn't direct the game, but I will be like a borderline supervisor of it. Do you dream to go to Japan? That's a question every gamer, people think that most gamers or otakus want to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan just out of curiosity, but I wouldn't move there or go there for like a month. I will go for, I don't know, maybe a couple of days or an entire week. I'm not dying to go to Japan, but yes, I want to go. Can you do a top 10 stories in RPGs? Man, I already did that video a long time ago. That's a really old video. Just check it out, look it up in YouTube. Erick Landon RPG, top 10 best RPG stories. It's right there, man. What's my favorite new generation RPG? If by new generation you mean PS4, Xbox One, Switch, that's a hard one. Really hard one. If we're counting remakes, Odin Sphere. That's my favorite so far. If we're not counting remakes, wow. Ys 8, Code Vein, man. Guys, I really like Code Vein. Man, you guys can hate all the game all you want. I loved it with a passion. I liked Code Vein like way more than Persona 5 or even Nier Automata. Oh, thanks for your comments. Thanks, Griffix. Matosu JP, thank you very much, man. In the near future, will you be willing to do a collab with another gaming channel? Yeah, I already answered that question. I do want to make a bunch of collaborations with a bunch of guys. I'm just trying to come up with a great idea. Do you intend to do a top 10 romance stories? Nah, that's a request. That's a big request from a lot of you. Nah, I'm just not that kind of guy. I mean, I do like romance in RPGs, but doing an actual top 10 is just kind of cheesy. Just nah. Dreams is a video game that allows you to make video games. Okay, I'll give it what's that, a PC game? Do you play mobile games? Nope. The one and only game that I played on mobile on my phone was Fire Emblem Heroes. I loved it, but I don't know, mobile games? Nope, not for me. How do I feel towards some of the Western RPGs? Whoa. how do I feel towards some of the Western RPGs like Divinity or the Baldur's Gate game? I can't get into the Baldur's Gate games, but I tried Divinity and they were pretty damn good. I like them. Coffee or tea? I don't drink either, but coffee, I guess. Don't I wish multiplayer exclusive like MMOs, MOBAs, Battle Royales will have a single player spin-offs? A lot of them do. Ragnarok Online has a spin-off called Ragnarok Tactics, which I've recommended a lot of times before, but yeah, you're right. I would like to see proper single player offline game based on an MMORPG. What 3 Jrpgs would you most like to see a sequel to? Oh, that's a spoiler for a video I'm planning. I'm planning a top 10 Jrpgs that need a sequel, so just wait. Am I excited about Cyberpunk? Nah, not really. Do you ever play another game while playing RPGs? Yes, I do. To not get RPG fatigue. Good question. Yeah, I do. I do it all the time. Like, I just beat A Plague Tale: Innocence on the PS4. Love the heck out of that game, guys. Strongly recommended. I think A Plague Tale is by far my favorite game, non-RPG, of this generation. Can you find Super Robot Wars Endless Frontier at GameStop? I don't know, man. Code Vein is really good. It is. A lot of Soulsborne fans hate the game. Have you ever dropped your console on the floor? Come on, Pat, no. I accidentally dropped my laptop a long time ago, but that was an accident. You never talk in a video about Legaia 2 Dual Saga, because I don't like the game. Sorry. I've talked about the game as a matter of fact twice, but no, I don't cover that game because I don't really like it. Hollow Knight, yeah, I liked it. You spend all day playing, how many and how long breaks you make during it? I usually play like 2 hours max in a row, then I take a break. How many years will it take to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 come out? I don't know, Square Enix. Would you like to see a return to single-player Phantasy Star games? Yes, please, Sega. Please, a new offline single-player Phantasy Star game, turn-based, preferably. A good Sega Saturn RPG? Can't help you there, I've only played the mighty, extremely expensive Panzer Dragoon Saga. Go with that one, or Dragon Force. Did I play Hexis Force? Yeah, I beat it, and I actually streamed it very recently. Hexis Force. Great game. Great heavy metal in JRPGs. You kidding me? The Ease games, come on. My thoughts on Breath of Fire 2, not a fan. What console do you feel has the best JRPGs? The PS2, definitely, for me. Do you think new JRPGs have gotten too big with their vast open worlds and endless playtime compared to classics that were more self-contained? I do. I actually do, and I couldn't agree more, because I don't like open world RPGs. Would you consider Yakuza an RPG? Not really, it has strong RPG elements, but not really. I think Yakuza is more like a game that mixes a lot of genres. It's a multi-genre game. Will Trails of Cold Steel 4 come out this year in English? I don't know yet. Trails of Cold Steel 4 can wait. Give us Ys 9, Falcom. What the hell? I argue a lot with people who think that Chrono Trigger is the best RPG ever, and even if I like it, I find it a little overrated. I don't think Chrono Trigger is overrated, but it's definitely not the best RPG of all time, because the best RPG of all time is a matter of perspective, is a subjective term, and therefore it doesn't exist. Your favorite RPG is the best RPG of all time. Did you play Yu-Gi-Oh before? Yeah, I played the cards games or some video games. Can't get into them. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, I haven't played it. Do you think there is any chance for a Xenogears remake in the future? Nah. I think there's a chance for a remaster, but not a remake. Am I gonna buy Yakuza 7? Not really. Maybe I'll wait until the price is like $20, because I'm not a Yakuza fan. I don't like playing as a Yakuza. How do you feel about revisiting Ivalice in the Final Fantasy universe? I stopped being a Final Fantasy fan a long time ago, man. Have you ever played Soul of the Samurai? Nope. Sounds familiar on the PS1? No, but sounds familiar. Natural Doctrine is the best game ever? You know, it has its ups and downs. Do you like turn-based JRPGs or real-time battle RPGs? I prefer turn-based. I like them all. How many stars, and be honest, did you finish Suikoden 1 with? The first time I beat Suikoden 1, I didn't recruit all 108 stars, and the second time I recruited them all and got the best ending. Are you a disc buyer or digital games? I'm a collector, man. I strongly prefer a million times collecting physical media than digital. I don't like buying digital games. I think digital games should cost $5, even new releases. What is the best PS2 game you ever played? Valkyrie Profile 2, and if it's not an RPG, Hunting Ground. You know that survival horror game by Capcom? Top notch. Too bad it's crazy expensive, but that's a really good game. Have you ever looked into indie games? Yes, I've played a bunch, as a matter of fact. My favorite so far is Cosmic Star Heroine. What's the best JRPG hidden gem? I made a video about that. Just look it up. Just type the best hidden JRPG gem ever and you'll see my video. What is the worst game you've ever played in your opinion? The worst game or the worst RPG? The worst game? That's a tough one. The worst RPG? Probably Tracia on the Genesis. Or Time and Eternity on the PS3. Did you say in one of your videos that you weren't going to bother with Persona 5 Royal? Nope, I'm not gonna bother, you know. I mean, I'm gonna bother, but when it's like $30. But, you know, I'm not gonna buy the game, you know, at its launch date or release. That's what I meant in that video. Have I played Trails of Cold Steel 3? Just the demo, honestly. My favorite RPG that is not a JRPG? Can I say Cosmic Star Heroine? If not, Dragon Age Origins? Probably. I can't go to Japan, man, but thank you very much. Maybe someday. What is my beef with Final Fantasy games? What do you mean with beef? Do you think a free roaming fighting games is not as good as like Jump Force and Dissidia MT? Well, to be honest, I don't like any of the Dissidia games, so a free roaming fighting game is not a good idea for me. Have I ever played a horror game? I just mentioned one, Hunting Ground. I played a lot. I was a huge survival horror fan. A huge one back when I was like 20 years old. My favorite NES RPG. I don't think I have one. I'm planning a video on NES RPGs very, very soon. I'm gonna talk about NES RPGs. Why I don't play them. Who is your favorite character in Tales of Legendia? Probably Chloe Valance, or Senel himself. What is my opinion on first-person RPGs? I'm not a fan. You know, I'm a fan of Shin Megami Tensei games. Some of them are in first person, like Soul Hackers or Strange Journey, but I usually avoid playing in first person in any genre. Have I ever played Knights of the Old Republic? No, and I really want to. Maybe someday. Do you think this Tales of series... Wow, wait a minute. Do you think the Tales of series will be better if they were turn-based? Not in my opinion. Favorite band you meet in person? I've never met a single band in person. Can I follow you on Facebook? I do have a Facebook fan page. It's just called Erick Landon. What is the best Tales of game? My favorite is Legendia. My favorite Disgaea game? Probably Disgaea 4. My favorite Jrpg with ranged weapons, like guns or archers? I'm between Valkyria Chronicles and Lost Dimension. I'm gonna pick Valkyria Chronicles. In what city you're in Canada right now? I am in Belleville. Have you ever played Artonelico? Of course I have. All of them. Except the visual novel that never came out of Japan. Is there an adjustment you'd want to make to Chrono Cross to make it even better? Some of the puzzles are kind of annoying. And the loading times, when you go into a battle with any enemy, it takes like forever to load the actual battle. You get this animation, this camera movement, right? I liked it at first, but then it got tedious. That's the only improvement that I would make. And you know, some of the puzzles are a little bit of an annoyment. Do you like anime? I do. My favorite grinding Jrpg? That's a good one. I don't know. The Grow Lancer games, maybe. Oh, okay. What killed the Final Fantasy series for me? Tetsuya Nomura. That's pretty much it. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. You know, that fucking guy, he should have stayed as a character designer, not as a writer. And anyway, it's just everything. It's a lot of things. Final Fantasy just went into an entirely different direction. Final Fantasy, for me, was Hironobu Sakaguchi. He left, that killed the series for me. Am I looking forward to new RPG games? I am, but not on the Fairy Tail RPG because I'm not a fan of the series. Will Breath of Fire ever come back? I don't think so, sadly. Fuck you, Capcom. Where am I originally? Mexico. Tetsuya Nomura, man. He's to blame. It's everything. It's a lot of things. I think the Final Fantasy... Maybe I should do a video about it, you know. There's a lot of ground to cover on why I think the Final Fantasy series is dead for me. The last Final Fantasy I liked? Final Fantasy XII. Even though Sakaguchi had nothing to do with it, I really liked that game. But as much as I liked it, somehow it doesn't feel like a true Final Fantasy game anymore. So the last true Final Fantasy game that I liked was Final Fantasy IX. Do you know if there is a fan translation on Grow Lancer 6? No, I think there's a text. Somebody made it. I'm not entirely sure, but not a fan translation patch yet for the game. Will Suikoden ever come back? Come on, man, we're talking about Konami. Konami hates the world. Konami hates you. And me too. I don't like Kingdom Hearts because of Nomura and because it's just the story doesn't appeal to me. I'm not a Disney fan, even though when I was a kid I did watch a lot of Disney movies. And the combat mechanics in Kingdom Hearts, for my taste, are very clunky. Like, I don't know, it's just a lot of things about Kingdom Hearts that I don't really like. I made a video about that. I did like Final Fantasy X, but it's probably among my least favorite. Most favorite collections edition? I'm also planning a video on that. I want to do an unboxing, a video called Unboxing Every Single Special Edition that I own. Someday. What kind of writings do you do as an author? I publish dark fantasy books, horror books, or just fantasy RPG influenced books. Oh, somebody from Guadalajara too. Hey, what's the best RPG saga? My personal favorite is Suikoden, but I think the best is Shin Megami Tensei overall. Have you ever thought about learning Japanese? I do, but I'm just too damn lazy. If only Japan will use our alphabet, that'll make things easier. Do I think Square Enix might resurrect the Mana series? It just did. Have you or will you ever finish Dark Cloud 2? Probably I will. I haven't finished it, but I probably will. Not the first one, though, I couldn't get into it. Where am I from? Mexico. Do you like Velvet Crow or Mila Maxwell? Why can't I choose both? I think I'm gonna go with Velvet Crow. Mila Maxwell, I love her because of her character development. But to be honest with you, it's just a lot of things about Mila doesn't make any sense. Don't make any sense. I prefer Velvet a little bit. My favorite tactical RPG is Fire Emblem. All of them, I love them all. Did you enjoy Shadow Hearts? Yes! I'm a big fan of Shadow Hearts. I would love for the series to return, but in a gothic fashion, you know. Shadow Hearts 3, also known as Shadow Hearts from the New World, it was pretty decent, but it felt like the series was already going into a totally different direction. If Shadow Hearts ever comes back, it needs to be like dark as hell, like the first two games, especially the first one. The hottest girl in JRPG history. Wow. A2 in Nier Automata. Changed my mind. Do you like Persona Q? I do. I finished the first one. Haven't played the second one. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. I'm glad you found the channel, man. Welcome to the community. Have you ever played Digimon Story? No, I haven't. I haven't played a single Digimon game in my life. What JRPGs would you recommend to a new RPG player? There's 2 videos about that in my channel. RPGs for newcomers or beginners. Just look for them. Look them up. What are my thoughts on Final Fantasy X-2? Really? Did you progress a little in Bloodborne since the last live, Eric? Yes, I did. A little bit. I love that game, man. Bloodborne, that's a game that I really want to finish one day. Hopefully I will be able to. No, I'm not hyped for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I gave my thoughts, I made a review on it. I thought it was pretty damn good, but it just doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy game anymore. The best Persona game, Persona 3, for me. The sexiest fairy in a JRPG? That's a good one. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go with Pixie on the Shin Megami Tensei series. That's the sexiest fairy. That's no argument there. Have you ever played Deception? I played the 4th one, Deception 4, on the PS3. I finished that game. I loved it. Totally a hidden gem, man. Hottest JRPG character, Rixia? Oh man, yeah. You know, when I played the last part in Trails of Cold Steel 2, oh my god. Would you be excited for a Time and Eternity remaster on the PS5? Sure! Shut up and take my money! Do you have a girlfriend? No. I'm single, alone in the world. Forever alone. Most annoying character in a JRPG. You know what I'm planning? A top 10 worst JRPG protagonists. It might be worth it to wait for that video to answer that question. My thoughts on Sakura Wars. I haven't played it. I've seen footage of it, but I haven't played it. And I might play the one on the Wii very soon, because I know who has it and I can borrow it from him. And I have a Wii here that I acquired yesterday. So maybe one day, very soon, I'll play Sakura Wars. Do you like the Phoenix Wright games? I do, but I haven't played much of any. A remake of Vagrant Story? I don't think it's gonna happen. It needs it needs more attention, I guess. Most annoying Tales of character, Norma in Tales of Legendia. Luke himself in Tales of the Abyss. Do you like Dragon Ball? I do. I grew up with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, man. I am a fan at heart. Tacos or burritos? Tacos. But the real ones, the Mexican tacos, not the Taco Bell bullshit. That's bullshit, man. As a Mexican, I can vouch for the fact that Taco Bell is garbage. The Mexican Runner. No, I know the guy, but I haven't seen any of his videos. I don't really like watching streamers or speedrunners. The best handheld console for you. Jesus, my favorite is the PSP, but the PS Vita is starting to win me over, man. Are there any good video game stores near you will recommend? Oh, man, there's a lot of here. P-Market Games. P-Market Games. That's the best one in the entire province. Am I going to play the Dragon Ball RPG? You mean Kakarot? I probably will. Do you think they are really going to remake Parasite Eve? Wow, really? Are they going to remake Parasite Eve? I didn't know. Dragon's Dogma was pretty damn decent. What little I played about the game was pretty good. What do I think about the Persona 4 cast? That's the cast in Persona 4. That's everybody's favorite reason to like the game. That's my favorite reason to dislike it. I mean, I like Persona 4, but the cast is the main reason why it's not among my favorites. I don't know, man. The cast in Persona 4, it just didn't click with me. Do you want to live in America, the USA? Nope. I see the benefits of living in the USA. I really do, but not really. I did finish high school. That was a long time ago. Graduated when I was like 20 years old. Took me a while because I quit high school and I got a job at Blockbuster, and then I went back to high school and finished it. What's your favorite JRPG with multiple endings? Grow Lancer. Any of the Grow Lancer games. Hands down. Oh man, yeah. That's a good one, Brando. Overclocked. Devil Survivor Overclocked, that's another one. That's a close second for me. What other genres of games do you like besides RPGs? Fighting games? Hack and slash games? Some survival horror games? Maybe environmental puzzles, I love them. Action adventure games? I like a lot of games, shoot 'em ups. I think it's easier to say what genres I don't like first-person shooters or sports games. I'm not into those. Are you living in Mexico? Not right now. Right now I'm living in Canada. But I was born and raised in Mexico. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you very much, buddy. Did you watch Record of Lodoss War? I did. I like the anime. How can you not like that sexy elf, man? It's a very good anime. The game on the Dreamcast, however... next question. Have you ever played Shin Megami Tensei Eve? No! I've never played it. I am a big fan of Project Crow Zone 1 and 2. I love them, man. I've covered those games a million times in my channel. What do you play when you're not playing an RPG game? I guess this is the same answer as before. All the other genres that I mentioned. Have you played the Shining Force games on Sega Genesis? Seriously? You gotta be kidding me, man. Or is that a question for everybody else? Come on, I'm a big fan of Shining Force. Am I getting the Resident Evil 3 remake? No, I'm not. I don't care. I am in a very small minority here. I don't like the fucking Resident Evil 3 remake. One bit. No. Do you have a job besides making YouTube videos and writing? Not at the moment. I'm trying to get back to reselling games, but that's about it. I mean, my current job keeps me very busy, man. And it's worth it. Like, I'm trying to build a career here. This is what I want to do. Maybe not for the rest of my life, but for the following years to come. This is what I want to do with my life. YouTube videos and just keep writing books. Thank you, Sheldon Kreger. My favorite animes on Netflix. Fate Zero. Fate Zero. That's hands down my favorite. Along with Ajin. And maybe High Score Girl. I love that anime. Can't wait for the next season. Did you ever play Guilty Gear before? Yeah, I have a bunch of games here in my collection. I love Guilty Gear. I prefer Blast Blue, but Guilty Gear, fan here. Favorite PC Engine RPGs? Well, I've only played one called Exile on the TurboGrafx. It was very hard. If you had to pick a party of 5 characters from any RPG, who will they be? Hey, that's a really good, that's a cool question. Harley from Chrono Cross, maybe Velvet from Tales of Berseria, A2 from Nier Automata. Let me try to build my harem. Well, if I gotta pick one guy, it will have to be Oswald from Odin Sphere. And my 5th one will be... Can I pick my own girl in Code Vein? Yeah, Ajin is so good, man. I love Ajin. Have I watched the anime LCL? Nope. Never heard of it. Am I a cat person or a dog person? I guess I'm a dog person. I'm a little bit allergic to cats, so I can't have them. Are you going to do Let's Plays of some RPGs on YouTube or Twitch? You must be new to this channel. What RPG can you suggest me on the Sega Genesis? Phantasy Star 4. Do yourself a favor and play it. That's a masterpiece on the Sega Genesis, man. If not, Shining Force games. Both of them. 1 and 2. Hands down the best RPGs on the Sega Genesis. Did you manage to finish Record of Agarth's War? No! That game, man, I got pretty far into it. I lost against the pirate guy. Yeah, never defeated that guy, and that's when I gave up, man. That's when I said, fuck this game. I love it. I love the damn game, but seriously, it's too damn hard, too grindy. What was my first RPG? Final Fantasy Legend 2 on the Game Boy, also known as Saga 2. Will you do online RPGs in the future? Nah, not really. How old am I? 34. I know I look like 28, but I'm 34 years old. Hey guys, can you still hear the music? Yeah, apparently the music's still there. I picked a chilling soundtrack. Some Ys songs, Persona songs. Yeah, I hope you can still listen to the music. Huh. Where am I from? Mexico. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying the soundtrack that I picked for this stream. If you have to be in the game within .hack or Sword Art Online, which one will you choose? None. They're horrible. Being stuck in a video game forever? What's gonna happen to my real body? My favorite goth band. Goth as in pure goth? Wow, that's a tough one. Probably... I can't decide. Jesus. Let me think about it. I'll answer that question in a bit. Which RPG had the worst difficulty curve? Natural Doctrine, by far, man. Or Nights in the Nightmare on the PSP and DS. Resonance of Fate. What RPG hero do you hate? Kaitos from Final Fantasy X. Van from Final Fantasy XII. I hate them both. Yes, I did play the demo of Final Fantasy VII Remake and I streamed it. You can find it here. Best RPGs that critics unfairly panned? The first one that comes into mind is Fate Extra. What's your opinion on Fate Extella on PS4? I have the game. I love it. I love me some Dynasty Warriors clones. Thanks, people. Thanks for your comments, people. What is the best experience of a plot twist in a Jrpg? Wow, probably the one in Xenogears or Baton Kaitos, the first one. That was pretty damn cool. The Baton Kaitos plot twist, that was pretty damn cool. What was my first console? NES. The original Nintendo. What Jrpg would you recommend to play when I get home after the kids are in bed? All the adult and naughty RPGs are out there. Ortonelico. The weakest Ortonelico game. I think Arno Surge. I mean, I like Arno Surge, but Arno Surge was the weakest. What's my next for him? The next for me in life? I'm just gonna keep building this channel, man. I haven't played Sengoku Basara, but I really want to. I've heard they're pretty damn good. Am I interested in Persona 5 Scramble? Yes, I am. I love me some beat 'em ups and hack and slash, man. Of course I am. Thank you, Taps. Have I ever looked into the Kemco RPG company? Yes. I've played a bunch. I've recommended a bunch of those games in my Hidden Gems videos. Thanks, Leon. Would you like to know which PSX B-side RPG you like the most? Oh, would like to know. What do you mean with B-side? What is my favorite RPG series? Suikoden. My favorite Star Ocean game? That's a good one. Star Ocean 2, the second story. I have played Octopath Traveler, but not that much, maybe just for like 3 hours or 4. Do I play MMORPGs? No. I tend to stay away from them, you know. No. Too addictive, man. What gamer magazines did I have? None! I wasn't a guy to collect... I didn't really like collecting magazines. Do you like Fire Emblem Warriors? I played it. It was pretty good. I don't have much to say about the game. I think it's a little mediocre, but you know, I liked it. Let's just leave it at that. I haven't played. Yes, I've played one Yakuza games. I think I played Yakuza 2 on the PS2. I'm sorry, not my type of game. A lot of you I've noticed are crazy about the Yakuza games. But I'm not a fan. No, man, fuck the Persona dancing games. They shouldn't exist. Fuck them all. Thoughts on The Legend of Dragoon? 2 of my most popular videos in this channel are about The Legend of Dragoon. That answers your question, right? 2002. Now 2020. What RPG would you suggest to play? You mean releasing this year? I don't know. Has anything... Land Greaser 1 and 2. Please, do yourself a favor and play them. Which RPG captivated you the most? Chrono Cross. Eric, have you made any friends in Canada that are not Latin American? Well, as a matter of fact, I haven't made a single Latin American friend here. All of the friends that I've made here are native Canadian people. Favorite RPG move of any character? What do you mean with move? Like attack or skill? That's a good one, I'm gonna have to think about it. Anything from Oswald in Odin Sphere? Favorite fan patch game? Valkyria Chronicles 3. Which is the most undervalued PS1 RPG? You mean the most underrated? Vanguard Bandits or Vandal Hearts? Totally, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna pick Vandal Hearts. That is, in my opinion, the absolute most underrated RPG on the PS1. Thanks, Jason. Would you want to change anything about Super Mario RPG? I think some of the platforming parts in Super Mario RPG were kind of clunky because it plays a little bit like 3D. I would like to change that to improve them, but not really. I think Super Mario RPG is just it's just too perfect. Whoa, give me 1 second, people. Beneath the Mask is playing right now. That's cool. For Persona 5, huh? What series you're fine if they don't make a sequel? None. I want all my favorite series to continue forever. Hyperdimension Neptunia. Hyperdimension Neptunia shouldn't have any sequels anymore. Stop doing those games. Do you have any Puerto Rican friends? No, I don't. What's your favorite game that is a mix of multiple genres or having elements of multiple genres? Can I pick a Plague Tale Innocence or Little Nightmares? Probably those two. Little Nightmares is like an environmental puzzle with survival horror elements and platforming in 2D. That's a mix of genres. But I just finished A Plague Tale. Man, I love the game, man. Haha. Next character I would like to see in Smash. I don't play Smash. What am I reading at the moment? Your comments, your questions. You mean what book am I reading? None. I've been too lazy this year. I haven't read anything. Do you have a favorite Tales of Game? Oh, Tales of Game Arte. I'm a fan of Demon Fist. Demon Fist. Best girl from Persona 3, 4, and 5. Does Aegis count? I mean, she's a robot, but Aegis. But if it had to be a human, Mitsuru. Persona 4... Yukiko. Persona 5, Makoto. Hands down, every time. Did you like the Trials of Mana remake? I did. Do you have any RPG that you love, but really hated by people? I have 10. I made a top 10 called Top 10 Jrpgs everybody hates, but I don't. You might want to watch that video. Oh, that's a good question. What's my favorite top 10 of mine? My favorite video? That's a good one. I really like a top 10 that I did a long time ago called The Most Violent RPGs. That's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, pretty much. Most of my Hidden Gems videos, I really like them. Most of them. But the violent one, I don't know why it... I really like that video. I'm not saying it's one of my best videos, but... I did play Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance. I do have a modded PSP. Do you have a favorite Fire Emblem girl? Oh man, that's a big franchise, man. I think I do, but I can't decide. Will I give mobile games a shot? Nope. I have a huge console backlog. I can't get into mobile. My favorite RPG class? A mage, magicians, archers. Love them all. What games would you like ported and HD for current consoles? Didn't I make one video about that? A top 10 Jrpgs that need a remaster? Yeah. Look that video up. Favorite Persona game? Persona 3. I don't think I'll ever change. Well, I haven't played Persona 6 because it doesn't exist, but maybe one day. Favorite Grow Lancer game? Grow Lancer 5. Heritage of War. It's not only my favorite Grow Lancer game, it's one of my absolute favorite RPGs of all time, man. It's in my top 5. When will you play Mother 3? I know, right? Someday. Is it okay for you not to like Pokemon or Fire Emblem? It's okay. Let me tell you something. It's okay to like and dislike whatever the fuck you want, man. Just don't forget about the social pressure. Fuck everybody. Just enjoy whatever you want to enjoy and hate whatever you want to hate. Don't worry about that. Favorite Tales of Game battle theme? That's my answer is very weird. My favorite Tales of Battle theme is the one in Tales of Innocence. I know. I love it. What do you want me to do? Any hope for a Grow Lancer remake? I do have a lot of hope. Maybe one day. I mean, we got the Land Greaser remakes, right? Come on! Grow Lancer, please! Yes, I played Divinity Original Sin. I played the first one, not the second one. What do you feel after beating Persona 3? What do you mean? Like, what did I feel the first time? RPG character death that hit you the hardest? I don't think I should answer that question because it probably involves a spoiler. But it's definitely not Iris. I just did a spoiler. What metal music genres do you like? Another music? I'm not a genre guy. I prefer when somebody asks me what kind of music do I like, I usually just answer the bands that I like, because I can just answer I like metal, but there's a lot of metal bands that I don't like, and I like industrial metal, but there's a lot of industrial metal bands that I don't like. So yeah, I just prefer to answer the bands that I like instead of the genres. My favorite character from Dragon Quest XI? Serena. I love her. She's my type of girl, man. Favorite Occidental RPG? Or Western RPG? Well, Cosmic Star Heroine. Or Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Or Dragon Age Origins. That's my top 3. Have I ever finished Unlimited Saga? Hell no! Why would I do that? I tried Panzer Dragoon Saga once. Great game. It's kind of hard to get into because the battles are like a little bit like an on-rail shooter. It's weird, but it's just something good about it that I like. What's the most overrated JRPG for you? Kingdom Hearts. All of them. Every single Kingdom Hearts is the most overrated JRPG. My favorite Star Ocean girl? Can I pick, what's the name of this mage girl in Star Ocean 4? The pink hair girl? I don't think I have a favorite. Is Secret of Mana worth playing? It is. Looking for a good Game Boy on... a good RPG on the Game Boy. Final Fantasy Legend 2. Were you disappointed by the final floor in Azure Dreams? Oh boy, I never made it that far. Do you prefer Project Cross Zone 2 or Endless Frontier? Project Cross Zone 2. Definitely. Favorite companions in JRPG games? My favorite party members? I should do that, I should make a top 10 favorite or best party members. I'm gonna include all the overpowered characters. Like in the Fire Emblem games, the best ones are the tanks. And I'm just kidding. That's a good video idea. Right now I can't answer. I really need to think that through. Which RPG will be the most industrial metal-like? Probably the Shin Megami Tensei games. Shin Megami Tensei 4 has a lot of industrial influence in its soundtrack. I think definitely Apocalypse. Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse will be the most industrial RPG. Have I ever tried playing Namco Cross Capcom? I did, but my file was corrupted and I couldn't play it anymore. It's pretty good, you know, but I think the Project Cross Zones games are better. Did you get the true ending of Valkyrie Profile? Yes, I did. People find that game really hard. I didn't. I played Valkyrie Profile on normal mode, and I didn't. But I did get the true ending. I guess it's hard because it's cryptic, right? Not because the game itself is hard. It's because it's cryptic. You don't know what to do. You need to balance the sending of the items to Odin and that shit. I read a walkthrough to get that ending. When are we going at top 10 metal battle themes? Someday. Do you have a place where you keep all your video ideas? Yes, I do. I have a WordPad here in my computer where I type down all of my video ideas. A lot of those ideas have been sitting there for quite some time. Have I ever tried tabletop RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons? When I was little, I don't remember much of them. Do you want a new logo banner to your channel? Yes, please. I could use a new logo banner. Thank you very much. Just contact me on Facebook and we'll do something. My favorite RPG villain. That's a good one. I don't know right now, but hey, that's a very interesting question. I don't think I have one right now, and if I did, I will make a top 10 out of it. What is my opinion on the Neptunia games? They're trash. They're good trash, but trash nonetheless. What? Am I going to stream what? Are you doing a game stream today? I'm thinking about it, depending on how much work I have for Tuesday's video. I might show up later today with a stream, but don't expect anything today. Do you like Super Robot Wars? Yes, I do. I did try Zone of the Enders, but mech games are not my type of games. What do I think of permadeath in video games? I hate them. You know, I am a huge fan of Fire Emblem, but permadeath shouldn't exist in video games. They're video games. They're supposed to be fictional. Come on. We have enough permadeath in real life, don't you think? Like, come on. I don't like permadeath. Are manga and anime popular in Mexico? Yeah, very. There's like 1 million conventions each year. When? Do you enjoy Harvest Moon? Nah. Have I ever played what? Cardia? I love Cardia. Chemco RPGs. Chemco RPGs are decent. Let's leave it at that. None of them really stand out. The only one that kinda stands out, in my opinion, is Revenant Saga. Every single Kemco RPG is like above average. Come on, man, I have played Ark the Lad. You know, if you guys wanna find out if I have ever played a game, just type my name on YouTube next to the name of the game, and you'll get your answer. Like, come on, people, no offense to anybody, but I think it's faster if you just do that. Just type Erick Landon Valkyrie profile, and you've seen that I've played it. What is the oldest RPG that you still think holds up today? Oh, probably Crystalis on the NES. What do you think about Legend of Mana? I didn't get very far into it, but I really liked it. I think Legend of Mana is a game that I need to play with a walkthrough, with a guide, because it's just a little bit open worldish, and I got lost. Like I hit a dead end in lots of times in Legend of Mana, so I didn't know where to go or what to do. I think it's a game that needs to be played with a guide or something. Especially for people like me who are very lazy when it comes to exploration. I do have a Discord, but that's exclusive to patrons. An email address? Sure. I'm just typing it down here. There you go, that's my email address. You can also use it to donate on PayPal. Have I ever finished Final Fantasy 1 to 15? You mean all of them? Well, I finished Final Fantasy 6, 7, 9, and 12. Those are the only Final Fantasy games I've ever beaten in my life. I got to the ending to the final boss in Final Fantasy 8. I'm sorry, but never beat it. Any adventure game you'd like to see realized as an RPG? What about Cameo? You know, Cameo on the Xbox 360, the one I streamed recently. It has little small RPG elements, but if Cameo was a true role-playing game, I will play it. Maybe some of the Legend of Zelda games, like a remake of A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo, but with strong RPG elements. Maybe a turn-based combat. Who knows? Favorite final boss? I love the final bosses in Odin's Sphere. Those are probably among my favorites. Do you usually receive fan art? Okay, no, it's rare. I have received some fan art, but nope, not really. What are my 5 best series published by NIS of America? Well, Trails of Cold Steel is now officially a series published by NIS of America, right? Same with the E series. Those two are my 2 favorite. 5, I can't think of 5 right now. Monster Rancher, yeah, I had one on the PS2 a long time ago. Not my type of game. Thank you, this idiot time. Thank you very much, buddy. Have I played the Jrpgs Entertainment games? No, never heard of them. What console was Odin's Sphere? PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS Vita. Yeah, true Zelda RPG. I guess Breath of the Wild had a lot of RPG elements on it. Favorite faction on Might and Magic Clash of Heroes? Fiona. I just love Fiona. She's my favorite character, my favorite part of the game. That's my favorite faction, the Ghost, the Underworld faction. I loved it. Would you like to make a top 10 bosses from RPGs? You know, like a best of favorite bosses, right? Yeah, I would like to. I did one on the most unfair, or the hardest bosses. Did you play Tengai Makio? Never heard of it. What's your opinion about Atelier Theories? I like the game. I know Furious is like the black sheep of the family. Well, I think the true black sheep nowadays is Nelke, the crossover. But Furious' problem is that it starts really slow. That's the only problem. Everything else plays like any other Atelier game. Would you play a turn-based Call of Duty RPG? Nah. No. No way. Best or favorite Phantasy Star class and race? I don't remember the names of the classes. I like androids in Phantasy Star. When I played Phantasy Star Universe, the second one, Ambition of the Illuminus, you know, there's no main character there, you gotta create your own. Mine was a cast, a C-A-S-T, an android. Did I play Zelda 2 on the NES? Yes, I played it. Very hard game. The music in that game, fantastic, man. Yeah, okay guys, a lot of you are starting to request a top 10 like epic bosses. Alright, I'll do it. What do I think about the, what? I don't know what that is. The Adrenon Chrome's candle. It's a PS4 difficult to set up. No, not really. It works very similar to the PS3. Just buy it, plug it in, put a game. Most of the games are gonna have to install in your console, so you're just gonna have to wait. Yeah, but I don't think it's hard to set up. Oh, that's an interesting question about Shadow Hearts. Is it necessary to play Shadow Hearts first? Yes. Shadow Hearts Covenant is a direct sequel of the first Shadow Hearts, and it involves heavy spoilers from the first Shadow Hearts. It is necessary to play the first one, sadly. I know why you're asking that, because the first Shadow Hearts is like very expensive nowadays, right? Nope, I haven't played Blue Reflection. I didn't escape from Mexico. What? My family's there, my friends are there, I didn't escape it. I just don't like living there, that's all. Did I forget the favorite god band question someone asked? No, I didn't. Been thinking about it. I think I'm gonna go with this band. I forgot the name. What is the name of the band who plays Adrenaline? What? Jesus! Can I pick Dead Sea for now? Top 10 Jrpg voice actors. Yeah. I don't think that video is gonna be very successful, but I can work my way around it. I think I can. I'll probably do it, man, for you. Top 10 Jrpg voice actors. In English. I know nothing about the Japanese voice actors, let me tell you. Would you start with Kudelka before Shadow Hearts? Nah. Kudelka is a little bit tied to Shadow Hearts, but not really, not that much. You can skip Kudelka. Top 10 Ys games. Well, let us get first Ys 9, and yes, I will finally have enough to make a top 10 Ys games. What do I think about the Mario and Luigi series? I played the first one on the Game Boy Advance. I found it a little bit boring. I couldn't get into them. That's why you never see me talking about those games, because I'm not a fan. Best Tales of Protagonist. Velvet Crow. I love her. Velvet Crow, and that's for female, and male will be... I guess my answer is gonna be very cliché. Yuri from Tales of Vesperia. What do I think about Kingdom Hearts 3? I've never played it, and I have zero interest in playing it. Kudelka is linked to Shadow Hearts, a little bit. Jrpgs that are ahead of your time. You mean ahead of their time or ahead of time? Because of my time? A lot of them, man. That's an interesting video idea. You know, top 10 Jrpgs that were ahead of their time. That's a really good one, you know. I'm gonna type it down. Along with all the others. The best boss battles and all the others. Alright. Top 10 Jrpgs that were ahead of their time. Thanks, man. I can't answer your question right now, but gave me a video idea. Top 10 best Jrpg voice actors in English. And what was the other one? Top 10 best boss battles in Jrpgs. There we go. Thanks for the ideas, people. You might see them eventually. What do I think about the new Tales of? Well, from the trailers, it looks pretty damn good. Favorite Nine Inch Nails album? The Fragile. Masterpiece of an album, man. Love it. Have I played Dragon Force? The Sega Saturn game? No, I have never played it. I know it influenced games that I like. What is my favorite game with a romance system? I think I'm fine with the Persona games. Why do English voice actors get so much hate? I have no idea. Do you like Metroidvania 2D platformers like Hollow Knight? Not a fan, really. Have you played Borderlands? Yes, I didn't like it. I have no idea if it's an RPG or not. I only played it for like half an hour. I just realized this is a first-person shooter. I don't like those. Not for me. What is the longest boss battle you ever faced? The final boss in Legend of Dragoon. That's 4 stages, man. Or the final boss in Final Fantasy VIII. Jesus, 4 different forms? It goes on forever, man. You know, I don't like that. I don't like when the final boss is like 2 or 3 transformations, and I hate that in video games. Give me just one powerful final boss and that's it. I hate Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Thanks for asking. I hate the game. Dragon Quest XI the best? It is my favorite. So yeah. Do you have Animal Crossing? No, I can't get into those games. I'm really interested in Animal Crossing, you know. How many times did your Xbox 360 red ring? Well, not once. Not even once. Because I was playing like 2 hours per day. Not really, I never got the red ring. Thoughts on Phantasy Star Online 2? I don't give a damn. You know, I like Phantasy Star games on the Sega Genesis. I like the Universe saga, but the online games, I was never a big fan of them. Why do you dislike Pokemon? I guess I did a video called a long time ago called 3 RPG franchises I can't get into. If you want to see why I dislike Pokemon, it's right there. And if you speak Spanish, there's also a video in my Spanish channel with my friend. We also did a video on why we don't like Pokemon. But maybe a video about just a video called Why I Don't Like Pokemon will be a good idea one day. Did you play Eternal Poison on dub? Nope. You can play Eternal Poison with the Japanese voices? I didn't know that. I think the voice acting in English in Eternal Poison is top notch, so I'm fine with it. My favorite Art on Elico song? I don't think I have one. I haven't played Crystar. I really want to play Crystar, but I haven't. Who is sexier in Ys 8? Ricotta or Laxia? Come on, man, Laxia. Ricotta, she's just a little girl. How can you call a little girl sexy? Come on. That's fucked up. But that's just my opinion, you know. What do I think about Street Fighter V? Did you play Grand Blue Fantasy? You mean the fighting game? No. I watched the anime and it was trash. Favorite Tales of Legendia. Best to worst? All the Souls games? I can't do a video like that because I'm not a fan. I'm only a fan of Bloodborne. Do you think the government might be covering something up about the shape of the Earth? Yeah, I have a lot of conspiracy theories about everything, but not a single one that can be proved. Come on, Breath of the Wild, really? If you were stuck on an island and only had access to Tokyo Mirage sessions and time and eternity, do you feel that you will be satisfied enough with video games until a rescue boat arrives? I would commit suicide, man. Fuck the boat, fuck those games, I would just drown in the ocean. Dana, the sexiest? She is the sexiest. Will you try Digimon Cyber Sleuth? Maybe one day. I've been getting a lot of good comments from you guys on that game. One day. What's my opinion about Gasha RPG games? They suck. All of them except Fire Emblem Heroes. Except that one. All of the others suck. Thank you, Khalid. Thank you very much, buddy. Why don't you love but like Pokemon? I don't like Pokemon. One bit. I don't hate it. I don't like it. Thoughts about Castlevania series? Oh, I loved it, man. The first season was okay. Like, I think they were trying to show what they were capable of. It was okay. 4 episodes. It was great. The second one was really damn good, and the third one, my god, it blew my mind. The Castlevania Netflix series, man. How is your game collection today? I did a video on my PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 collection. You can watch that. But I don't know what you mean about how is my game collection. Like, is it how big it is? I think I have over 300 games already. I played one Mega Man Battle Network game, the first one on the Game Boy Advance. Ah, man, it was bad. My opinion, though. I haven't played all the others, maybe they're better, but the first Mega Man Battle Network, it was bad. How much do you have to pay me to stream Time and Eternity? I'll never stream that game, man. Have you tried to tackle your backlog games-wise? I try. Usually what I do is I grab an RPG, and if I detect that RPG is not, I'm not loving the game, I try to just rush through it, beat it, and move on to the next one. That's my strategy on, reducing the backlog. Yes, I love Fire Emblem Thracia 776. I love that game with all my heart and soul, and I also hate it with all my heart and soul. I have a very strong love-hate relationship with that game. Like Gaia 2 on the PS2. I don't like that game, man. Couldn't get into it. I like the first one on the PS1, but the second one was kind of bad, but that's just my opinion. What? Have I played Shining Resonance Refrain? I have. It's okay. It's an okay game. It's not that bad. You still have many games in Mexico? Yeah, half of my collection is in Mexico. What do I think of the battle system in Baton Kaitos? Is it too luck-based? Nah, it's a matter of choosing your cards right. The right cards at the right time. I don't think luck has much to do with it. I love the battle system in Baton Kaitos, especially the first one. What is your favorite shoot 'em up? Death Smiles on the Xbox 360. I don't have a waifu. I have favorite girls. I have 2 videos on my favorite girls in RPGs. I guess that's the equivalent of it. Top 10 best female protagonists in Jrpgs. That's why I call them. It's how I call them. Thoughts on women? Wow, I think women should start thinking on their own, like seriously, and stop paying into all the feminism in social media. Be yourselves, girls. Be yourselves. Don't be another feminist clone, please. I used to support feminism when I was like 20 years old. Now, oh man, I can't stand it. Top 10 RPGs that are too long to beat. Isn't that like the equivalent of top 10 longest RPGs ever made? That's a good idea. Top 10 longest RPGs ever. Thanks, man. I don't know why it never occurred to me to make a top 10 about that. English or Spanish when it comes to you playing RPGs? English. When I was little, there weren't any Spanish. There wasn't any translation in Spanish for any RPG, so I grew up playing RPGs in English. So I'm gonna go with English. Fire Emblem Fates or Shadows of Valentia? Shadows of Valentia, man. Hands down. Shadows of Valentia is, in my opinion, the best one on the 3DS. Will you consider playing on Steam? Maybe someday. But I just have a lot of backlog in consoles. I don't think I'll ever make it to Steam. Worst PS2 RPG. I'm planning a video on that. Do you remember the one I did on the PS1? Top 5 worst PS1 RPGs. I'm planning one on the PS2. You're gonna have to wait, man. Do you know El Dorado Gate? No? What's that, an RPG? Dragon Quest VII is super long. Yes, it's probably gonna be in that video. The best Trails game. For me, the second chapter of Trails in the Sky on the PSP, that was pretty damn good. Or the second chapter in Trails of Cold Steel. Do you like Fatal Frame? No, not really. I played the first trilogy on the PS2. First one was nah. Third one was bad in my opinion, but the second one was pretty damn good. But I wouldn't consider myself a fan of Fatal Frame. Top 5 Jrpgs in the Nintendo DS? I have a bunch of videos about that. Top 10 panty shots in Jrpgs. Come on. What do I think about Dragon Quest Heroes? I love it, man. I've only played the first one on the PS4. I loved it. Dragon Quest Builders, I haven't played them. I don't think they appeal to me. The shortest RPGs. Every NES RPG. Guys, a lot of you have requested shortest RPGs videos, but if I make it, it's gonna be full of NES RPGs or indie RPGs that are not even 10 hours long. Maybe, I don't know, there's gotta be some way to call it to include modern RPGs that are not indie. What are the shortest, right? I'll work my way around one. Do I play board games? Not really. I don't think I haven't played a board game in years. Not even chess. Top 10 JRPG games clearly made by developers on drugs. Yes, I played South Park, Stick of Truth. No, I didn't like it. I'm sorry, I like South Park, but the RPG on the PS3, I couldn't get into it. Which Final Fantasy will you have remade next, if that's what Square decides to do? Final Fantasy VI. Definitely. What do you think about the new Sakura Wars game? looks interesting. My favorite Tales of is Tales of Legendia. Your least favorite thing about Chrono Cross? I mentioned earlier that sometimes, every time you get into a battle, a normal battle, there's like a 10 seconds delay where the camera is just moving around to position the characters, which is pretty much like loading the sprites. That's what I don't like about Chrono Cross. Do you like Touhou? Not really. You don't need to play Trails in the Sky to understand Trails of Cold Steel. It will be a good idea to play Sky first, but it's not necessary. What genres are Deception for? They're mostly like puzzle, action, strategy. They are a mixture of genres, you know. They have everything. They have strategy elements, puzzle elements, RPG elements, fan service. What game am I playing right now? Cross Edge on the PS3. It's a crossover from Idea Factory. Would you like a Chrono Cross remake? Not necessarily. I'm fine with a Chrono Cross remaster. Remake? I don't think it needs to. I don't think it needs a remake. Thank you very much, Juan. Thanks, man. Thoughts about a Breath of Fire comeback? I am not the biggest Breath of Fire fan, you know, but I would love for the series to come back. You know, a proper Breath of Fire 6, not the mobile garbage they made. The most complicated RPG? Natural Doctrine or Nights in the Nightmare. Jesus, those two, man. Resonance of Fate. Favorite Castlevania game? Not a fan of Castlevania games, as a matter of fact. What's my favorite Star Ocean game? Star Ocean the Second Story. Is Final Fantasy X good for beginners? People will say yes, I will say no. I don't think it's a good game for beginners, but that's just me. I am hyped for Tales of Arise. Yes, I've heard of Dual Hearts. It's a little bit of a Dark Cloud Zelda clone, right? On the PS2. Do you think a Grow Lancer remaster will ever happen? Yes! I mean, we got the Land Greaser remakes, right? Grow Lancer can easily happen. Let's just show the people who remade the Land Greaser games enough love so they can see that we also want a Grow Lancer remake. I did a video on my own RPG. Recently, as a matter of fact, no one watched that video. What would my dream RPG be like? No, I haven't seen the anime based on Star Ocean 2. Best Nipponichi software game? Disgaea 4. Which Disgaea is the less grindy? I think it's Disgaea 2 on the PS2/PSP. At least in my experience, that was the least grindy of them all. What RPG do you hate that everybody loves? Final Fantasy X-2, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. What do you anticipate will happen in March 29th with regards to the Nier announcement? What Nier announcement? I didn't know there was going to be a Nier announcement. Really? Wow. I have watched Vision of Escaflowne. I love that anime. Do you like Star Wars? Nope. I don't dislike Star Wars, but I don't care about Star Wars. Am I currently writing another book? Not at the moment. I'm planning one, but not writing it. Tips for getting into RPGs? I did a video with my friend Oscar quite recently called Is It Hard to Get into RPGs? And he mentioned a couple of tips there. Shadow Hearts Remaster will be great. I wholeheartedly agree. The most beautiful RPG is probably Baton Kaitos on the GameCube, the first one. It has beautiful art. Eternal Poison too. But that's just my personal preference. How are you feeling about this coronavirus pandemic? Well, there's a lot we don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of lies we are seeing on the media. It's just the usual governmental media fiasco. I'm not saying the virus isn't real, but it's just... there's a lot we don't know yet to make a proper opinion. What the hell happened with the What the Hell Happened series? Well, I'm done. You know, my aim, my goal for those series was to cover series that were dead. And I've covered them all. I haven't played Blue Reflection. I don't think I'm gonna like Blue Reflection for some reason. I've seen videos about it, gameplay videos. For some reason, I just don't think I'm gonna like it, but I'll give it a chance if I can one day. It's just very expensive right now. Top 10 JRPG battle systems. I did three top 10 most unique battle systems. All of my favorites are in there. But I guess just one top 10 favorite JRPG battle systems will be a good idea. Switch or PS4 for Dragon Quest XI. If you care a lot about graphics, PS4. But if you want the complete version, Switch. Odin Sphere is also one of the most beautiful RPGs ever created. I don't play first-person shooters. My nationality, I'm Mexican. The best Shin Megami Tensei to start with. Apocalypse, Shin Megami Tensei 4, Apocalypse will be my pick. Favorite movie you've seen in the cinema? Oh, I don't go to the cinema. I think the last time I went to the movies, to the cinema, was like a year ago. I'm planning a video about RPGs that deserve a follow-up. I'm planning one, top 10 JRPGs that need a sequel. I'm planning one. It's on the list. My favorite console of all time, PS2. Oh, why Canada and not the USA? That's very easy to answer. Mexicans don't require a visa to enter Canada, but they require a visa to enter the USA, and to get a visa for a guy like me, it's almost impossible. Plus, I don't really like the USA. I haven't seen Sonic the movie. Fragile Dreams on the Wii. Yeah, I played a little bit of it. It was pretty interesting. It has some RPG elements on it. Do you prefer RPGs portable or on the big screen? Big screen, baby. I love the big screen. Rabby Reeby? No, what the hell is that? Thanks, Corey. No, I don't play Super Smash. Nope. I don't like Super Smash. I know I am in the minority here. I don't like Super Smash Bros. You take your favorite JRPG waifu home and find out she's actually a trap. What's your next move? I don't know. Kindly tell her or him to go away. Explain the situation like, you know, I'm into actually girls, so... Well, I don't think, in my opinion, you don't have to play Shin Megami Tensei 4 to understand Apocalypse. I think Apocalypse has its own story. Maybe play a little bit of Shin Megami Tensei 4 first to understand certain things, and that's it. Do you play any RPG on the toilet? No. What do I think about Final Fantasy going into more action? I hate it. I'm sorry, I don't like it. My favorite anime opening, Ergo Proxy. Ergo Proxy not only is my favorite anime of all time, it also has my favorite opening. Do you like Kudelka? I do. I think Kudelka could have been much better, but I do like it. It's a fun game. It's just kind of tedious, full of problems, but I like it. My thoughts on the Persona 5 Royal censorship issue? I did a video on that. It's called the Persona 5 Royal Controversy. Interesting question. In Suikoden 2, which side are you with, Ryo or Joey? I disagree with Joey. Sacrifice the people you love, your friends, your family, just for the sake of power and ending a war? I'm not saying I don't understand his reasons, but I kind of disagree. I wouldn't do what he did. I don't like Kingdom Hearts, but if I had to pick one, I guess it will be Kingdom Hearts 2. Bravely Default. Couldn't get into them. I haven't played Final Fantasy IV The After years. I haven't. Hell, I haven't even finished the original. I haven't listened or played Steins Gate. I watched the anime. I really liked it. It was pretty good. My favorite portable console, the PSP. Oh, the Sonic RPG on the Nintendo DS is really bad. Really, really bad, and it's not Japanese. I think a Western studio made it. It's pretty damn bad. In Three Houses, Fire Emblem, I chose the Black Eagle's house. Is Canada life better than in Mexico? For the most part, yes, it is. The first Drakengard. The first Drakengard is a good game, but it's full of problems, man. I think it has a really good story and a really good cast of characters, but the gameplay itself is kind of... I don't have a Sega Saturn. Canadian ladies or Mexican ladies? I don't think I have a preference. I don't have any of the classic mini consoles, any of them. And I would like to get the Super Nintendo one, just so I could have an easy access to some RPGs. I'm stuck on an island for 3 months. What system and one RPG will you bring? Probably I will bring my PS Vita. And I will play Odin Sphere. The worst Tales of game. That's a good one. Symphonia. Just kidding. The worst Tales of game. I like them all. I like Cesteria, I like Tempest, and those two are the worst, I guess. For me, it will be, and I'm not kidding, Tales of Destiny. It's still pretty damn good game, but that's, in my opinion, the worst. Which should I play first, Tales of Fantasia or Star Ocean on the Super Nintendo? Play both. Both of them. You need to play both. Start with Tales of Fantasia. Yeah, Tales of the Tempest was bad, but I still loved it. Do I use cheats? No, I don't use cheats, but I use walkthroughs or guides sometimes. Yeah, Cesteria is just one of the worst, but I still loved it. Most underrated turn-based RPG ever? That's a good one. Shadow Hearts. I've heard of the game series Danganronpa. I watched the anime a long time ago. And I played one Danganronpa, but I couldn't get into it. Which developer do you think makes the best RPGs? Atlus. Best and worst Final Fantasy. Well, my favorite, the best, is Final Fantasy IX, and I think the worst is Final Fantasy X too. Most underrated console? The Sega Saturn? Or the Sega Genesis? Do you know Celestian Tales Old North? Nope. I'm not really familiar with indie RPGs. I know like 1% of them. Do you like Torna, the Golden Country? Yes, I liked it. A lot. Type 0. Final Fantasy Type 0. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't great. I haven't never played Dragon Force. Do you play visual novels? Occasionally, every now and then. Do you like any Mario and Luigi RPGs? Nope. I couldn't get into them. They're fun games, but not for me. What was my first RPG ever? Final Fantasy Legend 2 on the Game Boy. The World of Final Fantasy? The game? I know. It's not a bad game at all, but no, not for me either. Are the Wild Arms games connected story-wise? Nope. Every one of them is a standalone title. They might be a little bit connected here and there on some really small, irrelevant details, but nah. I've played and beaten every single Wild Arms main game, and not connected. Is there an RPG that you hate but still recommend? Oh, I do that all the time. Tales of the Tempest, Tales of Cestiria. I recommend it. I'm not kidding. Dragon Ears Aria. I hate that game, man. That's one of the worst RPGs on the PSP. Why do you hate Final Fantasy XIII? I don't hate it. I think it's bad. I didn't like it. I couldn't get into it. I think some of the characters are annoying. The battle mechanics, I just couldn't get into it, but I don't hate Final Fantasy XIII. I hate Final Fantasy X too. Is 8 or Alliance Alive or Tales of Vesperia? I will recommend Is 8. I mean, those are 3 really good games, but if you only had to go with one, Is 8. What would you like more in Canada than Mexico? The weather. I like the cold. I hate the weather in Mexico with a passion. Plus the government. I think the government here in Canada is kind of mediocre, but compared to Mexico, it's paradise. Oh, I don't like any of the Elder Scrolls games or the Fallout series. None of them. I don't like them one bit. Do you speak any other language besides English and Spanish? Nope, just those 2. Alright guys, this is it. I'm really tired now. And my throat started to hurt. So, it's been 2 hours, over 2 hours. That was great. But this is it. The stream is over. I really thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. It was really fun. I think I'm gonna start doing these streams more often. A lot of people join. You guys have a lot of questions, and maybe one per month or once every 2 months. Yeah, that's a good idea, right? I'll try doing these streams more often. Love you guys. You guys are great. Thank you very much for joining and for asking questions and for just hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. And thank you very much for your feedback. All of you. Thank you very much for the support, people. Love you guys. Thank you very much. You have a great day, people. Thanks for watching. See you next time!